Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking about you and your business. Interesting company out there, great concept, IDareYouToCare.com. It's exactly like it sounds, IDareYouToCare.com. Suzana Barbosa is our guest. Suzana, welcome to the program. Tell us your story.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you so much for having me.
You bet.
What was the question?
Tell us about yourself and your company.
Yes. Well, I Dare You to Care it's basically I find out what people care about, and then we design a way to integrate that into their business or their life. So it's a way that they become a life partner for a cause they believe in.
Oh, that's a kind of a clever idea. So kind of give us a panoramic overview of how you do such.
Okay. So for instance, the Alzheimer's Society is a very big organization, but not a lot of support. So I found a partner. It's the tallest bungee jump in North America, 200 feet, and I partnered with them to set up an event called Bungee for Alzheimer's. So basically, every single person who jumped that day, the Bungee organization gave, $50, and also then the Alzheimer's Society benefits from all the money raised, as well as the people jumping raising money. So it's about partnering brands with causes, and so that there's more of creates more of an awareness. It brands an event, which is Bungee for Alzheimer's is happening every year. So I feel really good about it when I'm able to still have a business, but also integrate a cause into every concept I design.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like from your website, and for the listener out there, it's IDareYouToCare.com, IDareYouToCare.com. Your services include event designing, motivational speaking, and coaching. Talk about the coaching work you do.
Yeah, well, I started to discover that people are actually quite frightened when they decide to take on, when they decide to dare themselves to do something. And so there's actually a lot of coaching that has to happen and motivation in order for people to take the little steps. And I'm really good at that. And I found that that's really become part of it, and I really enjoy to see the transition. Some people need some guidance on seeing what their light is. So I tend to ask, some questions about what really makes them feel alive and what their light is, because we all have a light within us, and you want to make sure that we're living that light. So then, it really, when you're living your light and you're living daringly, you really tend to transcend fear, and it really starts to inspire people, and it changes your life. So it really all comes together when I'm designing. Yeah,
absolutely. Kind of give me an idea of the kind of companies that you consult for.
Yeah, actually, so charities are our main
nonprofit organizations, charities, those type of groups. Those are your main people you work with.
Yeah, and sometimes it's individually. Sometimes someone just comes up to me and is like, I really want to do something different. And even businesses, I've pitched to. I'm still pretty new, so I've pitched to a lot of small independent companies and some really big ones, and they love the idea. But it's a little bit tough for people to wrap their head around right now, because I basically become a third-party fundraiser in a way. So there's still a little bit of getting used to around this whole concept. But people are really warming up to it and really love the concept.
Yeah, very cool. When did you start?
I started in 2010. I had written a business plan, and it took me about a year to kind of get going, and it was really just me at this point. So the events that I took on, I designed Women's Strut for Women, Bungee for Alzheimer's, and I'm doing one called Walk Miles for Music in the summertime. So it's if I get more staff, then it becomes a lot easier to work with. But about 3.5 years.
Yeah, very interesting. And right now you're a solopreneur? Are you primarily a solopreneur at this time?
Yeah, yes. And then I actually, when things come up, then I subcontract.
Very good, very good. I think it's an interesting concept. I think I would encourage people to check it out, learn more about the company, because I think it's a great idea. I think the more people can demonstrate what they're passionate about through the work they're doing makes a lot of sense. And I think that's kind of what you're trying to do, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to integrate fun. And one of the things that I've learned, this is the best tip that I can give anyone that's trying to organize an event. When you organize an event for a charity or for whatever it is, include the 5 senses. You know, you want to make sure that things connect. I have been able to create events where people come year after year and are completely sold out, and then the following year I have 100% increase of people because it's fun. If you incorporate, you know, the smell and the touch, and you match the food with the drinks and the entertainment and the colors, and not make it about a gala. You know, galas are great, but they're kind of boring. So you have to really get into the essence of the cause and make it fun so it's memorable and branded. You know, Women's Strut for Women is an event that happens every year. Bungee for Alzheimer's happens every year. And I help people brand an event so that it becomes memorable, it's reliable, and it's consistent.
Suzana Barbosa, she's been our guest, IdareYouToCare.com. Great segment. Thanks so much for spending time with us.
Thank you so much, Kevin. What an honor. I really appreciate it.
You bet. When we come back, much more for you. I do want to remind you, best content here, it shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. While there, like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter. You're listening to The Price of Business.